Hi guys, Choswa Reactions, and this video I'm going to react to Babylon 5 The Gathering. Thank you so much for your support, Tony. So I don't know about this show. Well, I know it's a space series set in the future, and it's planned out like a novel, and I think it also has aliens. Oh yeah, but before I forget, this is the special edition, so that means that it has music of the same composer who does the music of the show, and I think it's also edited differently. So yeah, let's get into it.
It was a port of call for refugees, smugglers, businessmen, diplomats, and travelers from 100 worlds. It could be a dangerous place. But
What
we
kind of look is
accepted
that?
it because Babylon 5 was our last best hope for peace.
You know the rules about crossing species. Stick with the list.
What?
What are you, a bigot or something?
No, but obviously you've never met an Arnassian before. After they finish, they eat their meat.
Oh, okay, yeah, then maybe avoid it then, okay.
Commander Sinclair, Lita Alexander.
A pleasure. Welcome to Babylon 5. It's about time Earth Central sent us a telepath. Can I
A
see
telepath?
your identicard? This isn't going to work. There's only one way in or out of Babylon 5, back the way you came. You get past me, where do you go then? You made
True.
a mistake, but no one's been hurt yet. Let her go, and I'll guarantee you safe passage off the station.
Why should I trust you?
Because I gave you my word. See that he gets to his ship, Garibaldi. Oh, and two things. One, no weapons or dust.
So, I'm assuming
Allowed
dust
on
out drugs?
Babylon 5. Two, we've logged your ship's ID. If you ever come within 50 clicks of this station again, we'll blow you out of the sky.
Scanning is the only way to make sure no weapons get on board.
Except for those belonging to the Earth Alliance, of course.
Oh.
The Narn regime is dedicated to peace. This will, of course, be reported to the highest authority.
Fair enough. But as far as I'm concerned, they could sit out there for the next solar year. If it makes you feel any better, I could send them a fruit basket.
Why is it called Babylon 5?
Babylons 1, 2, and 3 were sabotaged and destroyed. Number 4 vanished without a trace 24 hours after becoming operational. To this day, no one knows what happened to it.
Maybe they'll find it back throughout the show.
Swell.
We weren't kidding about the last whole part, huh?
When Ambassador Kosh arrives, we'll finally have representatives from all 4 of the major alien governments on board. This is what we have been working toward from day one. Let's not mess it up now.
Someone is going to mess up. Looks like a ladybug, kinda. Love
If you
the
don't mind my
prosthetics.
asking, what
Notice the waves. Each moving in its own order. Predictable. Unchanging. But drop in a single stone and see how the pattern changes. Everything around it is altered.
Damn, that's a Vorlon ship, all right. Ambassador Kosh, 2 days early. I was afraid he was going to pull something like this. Security is not ready, we're not in place. And all because he wants to play mysterious and catch us off guard.
About time.
Sorry, I was delayed.
What? Was that supposed to be like someone shooting someone else?
But I'm glad you're back. When do you dock?
1 hour, 40 minutes.
Just in time for the reception. I'll tell you all about it when you arrive.
Actually, I was thinking about something a little more intimate. On my way, I picked up some carnelian bed sheets. They're supposed to be completely frictionless.
With the new ambassador about to arrive, this is hardly a time for petty squabbles. I have told our captain to submit to your weapon search.
That's great. Are you feeling all right, Ambassador?
Couldn't be better. See you at the reception.
What
then.
kind of plan do you
Good
have?
evening to you, Lieutenant Commander.
Nah.
I'm confident my system will work. We'll take them together, side by side, just like in the old days, when my dear Republic
That eye roll.
and conquered the entire Beta system in 9 days.
Wow. Missing the good old days, huh?
We came out of the sky.
No. N-O.
We have no telepaths among my people. A genetic oversight, I suppose. One which you could help correct. direct mating is far more
No.
cost-effective.
Nah.
Would you prefer to be conscious or unconscious during the mating? I would prefer conscious, but I don't know what
Stop.
your
Stop.
pleasure threshold is.
Status report.
Momentary power loss.
What? What? I know I'm being rude, but what?
Oh my god.
Oh. Uh-oh.
Be careful, Michael. That's an environment suit.
They insist that the ambassador's encounter suit cannot be removed for security reasons.
But that's insane.
They just don't want us seeing what's inside.
You mean they'd rather let him die than...
I'm afraid so.
I don't want any record of what goes on in there.
Jeff.
I take full responsibility. Just do what you have to, Ben.
Yeah, then I don't think they're gonna be grateful. And I also don't think you're gonna like what you're gonna see in that suit. Best case scenario is just like some kind of surveillance stuff. Don't turn into a stone.
This turns out to be anything other than natural illness, or if anyone did anything to him, this could escalate fast.
Just to do with that shady guy. What is his
Handling
name again?
investigation.
Was it Varner?
My security chief, Michael Garibaldi.
Is that wise?
I have every confidence in Mr. Garibaldi, Senator.
I hope you're right. Keep me...
Even for an alien, this one is pretty alien. But from the results, Jeff, it looks like poison.
Oops.
Can you counteract it?
Not without knowing which poison was used.
It's that the Varner whatever guy.
The point where it entered his body for us to be able to make a match.
You're even worse than the Centauri. They're beyond the dream of conquest. But you had the Earth Alliance on its knees. One more stroke and you would have defeated them. On Norn, we heard that the decision to surrender came from your holy men. A secret group called the Grey Council.
You will swear, here and now, that you will never again mention the Grey
Holy
Council in my
shit.
presence. 6 will crush your ribs to jelly and explode your heart. 4, Gravitus.
Are you gonna say it or what?
5.
Can he even talk? What, higher being ordered them to surrender? Some kind of higher purpose?
I was in the casino at the gaming table.
I thought you were out of money.
Talking with
Yes.
Varner.
A man named Del Varner
Yeah.
offered to cover my bets. Now there's a criminal if you're looking for one. He promised to back my bets, then pulled out after I have run up quite a bill. What are those fish called on your planet that attach themselves to sharks?
Remoras.
Yes. You make very good sharks, Mr. Garibaldi. We were pretty good sharks ourselves once. But somehow, along the way, we forgot how to bite.
The Vorlons would never allow Kosh to be scanned. They'd rather let him die first.
That's why we won't tell him.
Ooh, man. Oof.
Does the commander know about
No, I've not mentioned this to him. So, if we screw up, it's only on our heads.
Which will end up on a silver platter, right?
And they still will blame everyone, not just you.
It has to be your choice.
If I do this, if I do,
I think this show is going to have a lot of
what are
them.
the odds he'll remember the contact?
He's so far out of it, I don't think he'll have any memory of your scan.
I hope not.
The tube's access record shows no indication of the malfunction you mentioned.
But that's impossible.
Really want to set up the commander?
There was no malfunction.
What do you think?
I don't know yet. But I will.
Okay. I thought you would be like, I know you didn't do it.
One thing's for sure.
I can't get through. This suit must be shielded.
Is there any way to intensify contact?
Yeah, there is.
Uh-oh, and then... What? So what? The Varner guy, some kind of shapeshifter?
Who did it, Lita? Who poisoned the ambassador?
Not the real commander? Oh no!
He's the one. He tried to kill the ambassador.
We're working on a counter-agent now.
Commander Sinclair, in the last hour I have been in communication with the Vorlon government. Since you're, well, suspect, they've asked that the investigation be taken.
How do they even know he's a suspect?
Reasons of conflict of interest.
What the? Do you have to scan things before you can, like, turn into someone?
Del Varner. It's me, Eric. Remember?
Uh-oh. There you have the Flash. And now he is him.
Were you aware that the commander's woman recently returned from a trading expedition to the Damocles sector?
Just a minute.
Commander.
And that her ship, the Ulysses, docked at this station 20 minutes before the attempted assassination?
Keep your cool.
Leave Carolyn out of this.
Keep your cool.
It turns out Varner's got a criminal record going back 5 years. He's been indicted 3 times in the last year for tech running.
Ambassador Molari, I would like to discuss your vote with you. This is more properly a matter for a true court of law. A court of law such as that on the Vorlon homeworld. I therefore move that...
Oh, no. You better stop. You better stop.
Witnesses and evidence has been accumulated. There to stand trial on the...
Then he definitely die.
Minbari Federation abstains.
Oh, shit.
Ambassador.
Shit.
Centauri Republic votes yes.
Over here.
DNA pattern checks out, Jeff. It's Delvano, all right.
Michael, I picked you because you're right for the job. You're not politic. You're not subtle, and sometimes you're a pain in the ass. And I wouldn't have it any other way. Do what you have to. Just nail whoever's responsible.
I have my orders. On the matter of Commander Sinclair, I'm here strictly to observe.
Observe what?
The heck?
Gill implants.
Ooh.
To use,
But
Okay, I get it. I get it. It's good.
There's
Yeah.
been a complication. Come.
I had no choice. Back home, our position, status, all that we have is based on family history. Jakar offered me an exchange, my cooperation in return for evidence, showing that during our rule of the non-homeworld, certain atrocities were committed by my grandfather.
And if you had known, would you have done anything different?
No. No, I'm afraid not.
At least he's honest.
If Commander Sinclair is a good man, I would hate to lose him. This is my weakness, my failure. And I'm sorry.
No, I'm glad that he's not just like some bulky, eccentric, random character, but you know, he also has. So I mean, he's also a person. He also has layers and feelings and motivations. Because I thought he was just going to be some kind of comedic relief, but I like comedic reliefs more when they have, you know, more to them.
The last thing I remember is hurtling toward that cruiser, filling my screen. My God, so big. Then the thing passed in front of my eyes. I guess I blacked out from the acceleration. When I came to 24 hours later, the cruiser was gone. They told me the war was over.
Your team chose to go on the line, and we chose to come here. Our decision and our risk, not yours. If you want to stay and fight this, we're with you. Just do what you think is right.
That was definitely one of my favorite scenes so far. That whole scene. That was an exceptional piece of acting, and I really liked how it was filmed as well. So you're...
Meaning you and Garibaldi saw a dead man at the casino? That's...
are you doing?
Don't get killed, don't get killed, don't get... Oh! Ooh.
Someone please tell me what the hell is going on around here?
Mood. Ew! Stop.
Crew's checking every inch of the hull for any more, but so far, nothing.
Definitely short range. Someone had to bring this here and drop it off outside the station. Otherwise, there'd be a ship floating outside with no one in it.
Exactly. Meaning someone on the station's providing support.
Yeah.
Here it is. Got it.
Where is it?
Red 12.
Come on. Come on.
Level 7A.
All right, seal off the area. I'm taking care of this personally. If we need help, we'll link in.
Wait. Better take a recorder. The way things are going, you may need a witness.
Thanks.
That's not a transport.
Ah!
I think the commander's ride is here.
Yeah.
There it is. Mike! Mike!
Yeah. Black jacket. Cut most of it.
Jesus. Well. Thank you.
Patch into the signal from the commander's recorder. If you could broadcast that signal to the Vorlon ship.
I'm on it.
Ooh. Stop switching. Oh shit.
Why did you do it?
There is a hole in your mind.
In his mind.
Oh my god. He's wired.
What?
Brace for explosion!
What? What the fuck? Just.
Not with you inside.
Ooh.
-2. -1. +2. Zero, we're back in position.
Damage control to Blue 7.
You could come with me, Jeff. We could pull our savings and buy a bigger ship. We could blow this place.
I'll think about it.
Well, it won't take too long. I'll wait. But not forever.
You can tell the Volons that Ambassador Kosh is out of critical. The counter-agent worked even better than I had hoped.
Commander, may I speak with you? I recognized the markings on his face, and I was able to determine who and what he was. I just received this file from my government.
You have a lot of files.
Record of his travels.
I have looked upon the face of a Volon, Laurel, and nothing is the same anymore.
I was already upset with the suit. Imagine if I, seen that face.
Commander? I believe the assassin was brought here on your supply ship. That's why they needed the changeling net before they arrived. A Minbari warrior walking off a Narn ship would draw a lot of attention. With the net, he could appear to be one of your crew and infiltrate the station.
Mm-hmm.
With the death of Del Varner and of the assassin, you have no proof.
That's right. You've heard of it, haven't you? Machines too small for the human eye to see. You can even shield them, make them invisible to electronic detection. Like the one you just swallowed in that drink. I imagine it's firmly latched onto your intestinal tract by now. What? You can scheme and plan and play all the games you want, but get this straight. If you ever endanger this station again, my people will find you, and the results will be most unpleasant. Look on the bright side, Ambassador. From now on, whenever you raise a toast to the good health of Babylon 5, I'll know you mean every word of it.
Think they'll ever find that transmitter you slipped your car?
No, because there isn't one.
There isn't. Wait.
Huh?
I lied.
What?
I figured if there were a transmitter, sooner or later they'd find it and remove it. But if I just told them there was, they'd keep looking.
Oh my god!
Definitely.
Wow,
Commander,
okay,
you
that's
know the idea
freaking
of the test
awesome.
they'll put him through the...
Just before he died, the Minbari assassin looked at me and said, "There is a hole in your mind."
An old Minbari insult.
Hmm?
Nothing you need to worry about.
Yeah, okay.
Why Babylon 5?
Plain old human stubbornness, I guess. When something we value is destroyed, we rebuild it. If it's destroyed again, we rebuild it again. Again. Until it stays. That, as our poet Tennyson once said, is the goal. To strive, to seek, to find, and not to yield.
Alright, so I really enjoyed the pilot. Like I said, I was not really too sure what to expect, but I liked what I saw. But I hope that not too much went over my head. I definitely had to pay more attention to subtitles than I would normally do, but that didn't really bother me. I'm just a little bit worried that maybe some things I didn't 100% understood. Like, I tried to take some notes, but the notes are a mess and I can barely read them. Like, what the heck? What the heck is this? Like, I have this mess. And then I try to make it a little bit more clear, but it's still a mess. But I'm gonna try to give some of my thoughts. Maybe I'm gonna go through the episode a little bit, just so I can give some more thoughts. But let me just try to explain a little bit what I wrote down. But I mean, we have Commander, I believe, Jeffrey Sinclair. I really like the Commander for sure. I think, even though it's an easy choice, I guess, I definitely think he had the best impression on me of the whole episode. If I had to pick a favorite character, it would be him for now. I don't know, I really liked what we got to see, especially, if I wasn't already sold on him and his charisma, the scene where I already pointed out, where he was standing behind the globe and he was telling his lover about, about, his feelings about the whole thing, that he was with the lion and with the battle, and that he was explaining to her that, that they were cowards, and that they basically saw all his men die, all the people die for nothing, because the Minbari, I believe, they, even though they were in the winning hand, they just stopped. They surrendered, even though they didn't have to surrender. I don't know, I really liked that scene. I thought the acting was there, like, it was rather the disturbing when they were talking about, that he has like a hole in his mind. The enemy of this episode, he told that to him in a very creepy way, with even this little smile. And when the commander was confronting, and unfortunately I didn't write down her name, but the ambassador of the Minbari, she obviously knew more about it, but she was just kind of like, oh, it's some kind of insult that we sometimes use. But you saw that she was stressed out about it, and the commander himself was also not really buying it, and told her that he had a big part of his memories are just like gone about that period of the war. So there's definitely something up with that, and I'm assuming it's connected with the whole Great Council thing, which also, I mean, it makes no sense if you're in a war with this nation. If you're in a war, like, you're the Minbari, you're having a war with the humans, you're on the winning side, you're about to finally be done with them forever, and then you're like, now we're gonna surrender, even though they didn't have to surrender at all. So it's definitely had to do with the Great Council, who I believes in somehow a being, I thought they were saying. And I'm assuming at this point that whatever they're believing in, they believe that it's, I guess, for the how to say it, for the all good. That, I mean, I think so, that there isn't any war with the humans, and they do think they need the humans, or like the Earth Federation. There is something, and perhaps an even bigger connection to the Admiral himself, because at first I thought it was just humanity in general, but the whole hole in the mind thing, I don't know, there's definitely something up with that. But I also really like the other characters. I like Laurel, was it Takashima? I really liked the character. I especially liked that scene between her and I think Bennett was the doctor, where she was telling her background and how she got to know the commander, and that she said this line about, you know, that he was like, that she can get the promotion as long as she's fights within the rules. And even though like a second after she said that she was breaking the rules, well, you could say that she was already breaking the rules with the coffee. I don't know. I definitely think it's a very important line for her character, I presume. I definitely think we're gonna see more that's connected to that. The doctor himself, I was very worried he would die. I don't think he had that much screen time, but I don't know, I just like the character. No, not everyone has to be super special or anything, but I liked what he had to bring, what he had to offer. But there were 2 occasions where I was scared it would end up dead. At first I thought it would maybe turn to stone, and the second time I thought it would be horrible killed by the main enemy. Well, main enemy. I wouldn't really say that he was the main enemy. The main enemy is more when people are losing the faith of that there can be peace, you know, when people are not willing to make it work, to put the work into, you know. But just to keep it simple, I'm gonna call him main enemy. We also had the telepath, which, sorry, don't know the name, and they used telepaths to make mind scans and also used them for business transactions, which, as that guy said, you know, kind of sucks. If you're trying to do some, I guess, well, not always shady, but I don't know. I really don't want people to mind scan me. No, let's just talk, okay? But at some point, I thought that they were telling us that she was bad, even though it was obvious that she wasn't, and that it was another, well, at the time I thought shapeshift thingy. But I guess she isn't bad, and then I felt bad because I thought she was bad. But I like the scene where she was trying to do the mind scan of the of Kosh, of the ambassador of the what was it again? Of the Verlons. I like that scene. It was again very nicely. That's what I'm about to say. Like in general, these pilots, I was quite shocked of the scale of it. I mean, I have seen more pilots where it seems like it's very big budgeted, but I was honestly quite shocked. Like, wow, I don't know. It feels like a very big set. Maybe it isn't, but it feels that way. And sometimes I'm probably the only one, but sometimes like very, very, very little bit way. I was reminded of Battlestar Galactica, because in Battlestar Galactica, the rebooted version, I don't know, I really like that there to show that even though we have this futuristic tech, I guess, well, not futuristic tech, but are like in a futuristic setting, I guess, we still the ships don't look all that wide or like over the top modern, even though there were definitely some weird ships like the Ladybug ship and the weird kind of flower, the ship, the Babylon 5, like the inside of I guess this station feels, I guess, kind of homely, especially the gambling set, I guess. I like that it's not this, doesn't feel that serene or like medical. I don't know, I really like it. It feels, you know, that's one of the main things I like about, not that I watch a lot of sci-fi shows, well, maybe more now, but that generally speaking, they're very good at world building, very good at setting up this world and very quickly making you feel at home in it, you know. Even though that I didn't get everything they were saying, even though I was trying, I still felt like, you know, it feels again like a living, breathing world. I like that. And I'm kind of wondering, you know, how it's going to develop throughout the show, because with Battlestar Galactica, I guess, like minor spoilers, I guess, like also this kind of colonies, and sometimes I kind of wish we kind of got to see more about, you know, how you're going to deal with different colonies, like different groups of people, I guess, how we're going to deal, you know, with the politics side of it, or just, I guess, in the diplomatic sense of it. So I'm kind of liking that this is the main focus here, you know, diplomacy, because it's one thing to say that, you know, we want peace, we don't want any war, we have to being this together, it's another thing to make it work, and especially like, why do you want to make it work? Why do you want this? Why is this the best of the Minbari asked, like, more, it's more a question of why Babylon 5? Why? Like, why are they that passionate about, you know, other than, of course, that they're almost lost, but still, there has to be more to it. Let me just check again. But, so if I get it right, there are like 5 federations. One of them is the Earth Federation, and then you have 4 alien ones. Or am I being wrong about that? Like 4 aliens, what, like the one from Londo, the one from Jikar, the Minbari one, and then the Verlons one. Speaking of Jikar, I really like that scene with the transmitter at the end, that it was, you know, that he thinks that it's a transmitter in it, but there isn't. But yeah, Jikar, I mean, it's obvious. He's definitely not a fan of this whole peaceful Babylon 5 thing. Throughout the episode, he tried to kind of make his own alliances. He definitely is not a fan of humanity. He's very frustrated with the fact, you know, especially with the Minbari, that you know, he called her out, like, you know, you guys were winning. You were, like, basically already the winner, and you just surrendered, and that doesn't make sense. And, you know, he dropped down the infamous Grey Council name. So I'm gonna assume that he's going to be, like, I don't know, like, is this show gonna have, like, it was like a novel, so it's gonna have an overarching plot. So maybe he's going to be, like, I'm not sure if he's, of course I don't know how long it's gonna stay, but I guess at least for the next episodes, he's going to be like the main antagonist. Maybe going to be, like, more things is going to be behind of, you know, gonna scheme even more nasty business. But yeah, especially that scene of him in between the telepath, what are they even talking about that whole mixing genetics, and yeah, I'm still scared, scarred about that. Ooh, scarred for life. Oh, and Londo, like I said, I know I was constantly making fun of his hair. I mean, it is rather, you know, unique, and he's got quite eccentric, and his whole gambling addiction. You definitely don't want to lend any money to him. But we did got this nice scene between him and the security. Oh, what was his name? Need to step up my game with names, but like the chief of security, which I also really liked, and especially liked his dynamic between him and the commander. I liked the scene between the chief of security and Londo, when Londo was, you know, telling him why he voted for the commander, you know, to be taken away in a horrible fashion, and that he wanted to have where do I wrote it down? That Jikar said that they had, I guess, proof of the atrocities that happened to his grandfather. So then I was like, oh. Then I felt a little bit bad, because I thought it was just doing it for, I don't know, some more money to gamble on. But I liked that he was honest about it. You know, when the chief of security asked him, like, what if you knew about, you know, that there will be another one who had to vote, and who would vote yes, would you still have done it? And he said that he still would have done it. You know, he didn't say like, oh no, I would never have done that. He just admitted it. So it was still, I mean, it's still messed up that you're willing to change your vote for something. You know, you should just vote, like, honestly. But again, I'm not saying it. I'm not saying I'm condoning it, but when I hear the reason, I was like, okay, it's not okay, but okay. So now I'm definitely curious to next episodes. I really have to step up my note taking skills though, because I've definitely I'm not sure if it was this show, but I do remember when I was looking for shows like Battlestar Galactica or shows for people who like Battlestar Galactica. I'm not sure it was this show, but I can't believe it was this show. People were like, you know, you definitely have to pay attention, and there's definitely like a lot of deeper meanings or not so deeper meanings, and I definitely want to see that that I know what's about, you know. Of course, it has to be fun to watch, and I definitely had fun watching it, but I want to know more. Like the scene at the beginning. What was that scene? Can I find it? Oh, I thought it was beginning in the garden with the stones. Yeah, see the garden with the stones. At first, I was kind of thinking about the Xena episode actually, when Xena was throwing the stone into the water and said that, you know, that the current is forever like changed, like the ripples in it, that you're affected. Like I like this scene, but there are scenes that even if I would watch it in Dutch or like react to it in Dutch, that so even it's not the most complicated thing ever. There's still moments like this where I'm always scared, like, oh my god, am I getting it? Am I getting it? So I definitely want to get things like that, but I also don't want to overthink everything. But that's also now that we are here, that's also something I want to point out. I also really like their scenes, especially in the garden, and also how it went from light to dark. You know, even though there's definitely something shady going on. I don't like, that's another thing. Like, what is bad and what is good? I don't know. Like I was about to say, I don't think she's a bad character. I definitely think she's a good character, but maybe I shouldn't already classify people as good or bad. I don't know. But I'm intrigued. You know, I don't react that much to episodes or movies or stuff that, you know, are longer than an hour. But I didn't lose intention. So yeah, I don't know. I enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed my reaction. I hope I make a little bit of sense. But like always, if you have questions about a certain scene, you're like, hey, what did you think of this, or how do you feel about that? Or if you want to explain some things to me, you're free to do so. Just don't spoil things, please. Don't spoil things. But yeah. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.